Next up is David Appel, Vice President for Raytheon Intelligence and Space. Raytheon is a very important Tanzu and Dell Tech customer, and David has been featured at VMworld, at Dell Tech World, and SiliconANGLE. He's the business lead for a 900 million plus year business and over 2,000 global employees focused on developing, operating, sustaining, and modernizing command and control, weather, and ground systems, with a focus on agile, DevSecOps, AI, ML, and cyber. And he is actually co-presenting today with Jeremiah Sanders, who was formerly David's direct customer within the US Air Force. He is a Navy and Air Force veteran with top secret clearance, SCI clearance, and currently VMware's federal strategist. Jeremiah joined VMware after co-founding the DoD's premier software startup, Kessel and growing it to 1,300 members while serving as the deputy commander, AFL-CMC Detachment 12, which Jeremiah, you'll have to explain. And I meant to bring it today, but they have this fantastic t-shirt that says Agile AF, Air Force, of course. Passing it to you.
All right, thank you, Courtney. And thank you for the opportunity to speak today. Before David gets into how industry can use modern software best practices and technologies to deliver the capabilities needed to meet the DoD's changing needs, let me explain why it's a national security imperative. Before joining VMware as their federal strategist 4 months ago, I retired as the co-founder and deputy commander of the Air Force's Kessel Run organization. And during my tenure, we had to shift our acquisition strategy and thinking to meet a change in direction from national leadership. The 2018 National Defense Strategy marked a significant strategic pivot from the decades-long counterinsurgency and terrorism threat to the reemergence of long-term strategic near-peer competition amidst the backdrop of rapid commercial technology innovation being dispersed into newfound implements of war that bring increasing ambiguity and complexity to the global security environment and erode US military advantages. Recognizing that success on the battlefield no longer goes to the country that develops a new technology first, but to the one that better integrates it and adapts its way of fighting to make ambiguity and change an asymmetric advantage, the National Defense Strategy's call to action is to build management practices and structures that drive seamless integration of multiple elements of national power by continuously delivering resilient, adaptive, and performant capabilities at the speed of relevance. From an implementation perspective, the DoD has embraced the need to build a military Internet of Things that generates the connective tissue to enable the ability to sense and respond to battlefield dynamics by blending artificial intelligence with human judgment in near real time in order to accelerate decision-making across a seamless spectrum of all domain operations. The use of this connective tissue by operational military commanders has been dubbed Joint All-Domain Command and Control, and is a top strategic investment priority across the DoD. So David, how is it that industry is meeting this need for capability at the speed of relevance?
Thank you, Jeremiah, for your prior service in the military and your partnership as both as a customer and now as a industry colleague. It's been a true benefit to me and our organization. I'll open up with a little bit of context about what it means supporting the DoD and what we're doing within Raytheon Intelligence and Space. Jeremiah touched on it a little bit, but from our words, we'd say this: it's a softwareization of the digital age. And success on the battlefield is no longer defined by bullets and bombs and the size of your military force, but by technology and speed. As Jeremiah mentioned, the need for speed and relevant capability and the ability to make the right decisions faster than the adversary is clear. No longer can the DoD wait years, if not decades, for new capability for software. On the average, consumer can get updates and new apps daily, if not in hours. Our warfighters were waiting literally years and decades. It's only been within the last few years that you'd be hard pressed to find any aerospace and defense company that was using the kind of rapid development processes, DevSecOps in particular, that are common in the commercial industry. Over the last couple of years, and taking the lead from what Jeremiah started with the Air Force about 4 or 5 years ago, we adopted a mindset to close the gap between the consumer and military technology speed by developing relationships with a number of commercial companies like VMware, companies known for their ability to export both the tools and the culture needed to incorporate DevSecOps processes and commercial practices into our programs. Because of these partnerships, we've been able to dramatically speed up software development, utilizing the commercial architectures and platforms that already exist, and allow us, our software developers, to really focus on what we know best, which is the mission, and developing the mission domain applications that our warfighters need. With the Tanzu architecture for VxRail, we're able to build the type of modern software and warfighting applications for the US Air Force and their globally dispersed air operations centers faster than ever before. Collectively, what we had was the Air Force, Raytheon, and VMware, and Dell technology working together to leverage all of the commercial technology available to deploy that mission capability. Now, instead of spending years developing an entirely new command and control system, we've been able to take applications from concept through development and straight into operations in months, not years, saving millions of dollars, and more importantly, enabling our warfighters to successfully and safely complete their missions. Jeremiah will provide a little bit more context from a customer perspective. Over to you, Jeremiah.
Thanks, David. When I became the program manager of the Air Operations Center weapon system, we had just awarded a contract to Raytheon that was supposed to help us modernize and sustain a major block upgrade of the AOC being developed by a different contractor. I say supposed to because that block upgrade, AOC 10.2, a major acquisition program 10 years and $430 million in the making by another prime integrator, had failed to meet cost and schedule obligations while also failing to deliver any capability to the warfighter. And we were reporting to Congress we needed yet another 3 years and $300 million more to finish a fieldable system. Fortunately, Congress said no and directed the Air Force to find a better way, which resulted in canceling the AOC 10.2 program. That crisis spurred the opportunity we, the government, and our new industry partner, Raytheon, needed to become more like a Silicon Valley company. Together, we went to Silicon Valley and learned from Pivotal Labs, now part of VMware's Modern Application Platform business unit, to learn new business, organizational, culture, and development practices, and how to use them to leverage the best of modern cloud-based software and information technologies like VMware's Tanzu portfolio. What I didn't fully comprehend at the outset of the Kessel Run journey was that we weren't learning agile software development and DevOps as a means to building better software, but as a means to building the organizational competency and capability to continuously deliver war-winning software at the speed of relevance. In less than 3 years, we went from delivering nothing in 10 years to delivering new capability directly into warfighting operations for thousands of users worldwide on classified networks at a cadence of every 8 hours, driving significant improvements into operational efficiency and military advantage. Now, building the organizational competency and capacity to continuously deliver underpins the digital transformation journey the government and defense industry must embrace writ large to meet the call of the National Defense Strategy. David, how is Raytheon answering this call?
Go to the next slide, Bob, that'd be fine. I think the most important thing is what we've learned is focusing on the mission and where our value line is. In the past, we would have spent time trying to integrate all of the piece parts in the platform and all the capabilities needed that now exist within architectures and products like Tanzu for VxRail. And we'd spend more time on that than focusing on the actual mission. So we've now taken this a step further across our entire portfolio by using these DevSecOps processes, these tools on every one of our programs. We've established a virtual software factory and a pipeline in a box model across the business. These cloud-based tool sets automate all steps of the software delivery process. We can start integrating code, running tests, check for cyber vulnerabilities, and deploy software into production faster than ever before. And we've seen these benefits not only in our productivity in what I'll quote normal times, but also in COVID times, as our ability to integrate additional partner capabilities and move software development around the country remotely to meet or exceed all of our mission requirements. We're now using Tanzu architecture for VxRail beyond just the Air Force and partnering together on opportunities across the DoD and the federal government. On this slide, you can see Courtney McShane's PR attempts for me and videos of the conferences she spoke at earlier. But beyond teaching me about how to pronounce Kubernetes, this really all comes down to transforming the way the DoD does software. As it says on the slide, it's not often that you get to be at the forefront of changing the way business is being done. We're glad to be a part of it with Dell and VMware. It's a team effort in helping us accomplish the impossible is what Tanzu architecture is doing for us. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, David and Jeremiah. I have to say, it's a very compelling story, and it's very exciting to see, this come to fruition in a way that's helping our taxpayers save money and achieve our mission. Really appreciate your words here today. So that is a wrap for our Tanzu Summit event. And I wanted to just say thank you very much.
Welcome to the future.